What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Kane Ross Present the Year I Said It podcast. We're expressing with our full capabilities until they want us in correctional facilities. And boy, they might after this one. Brainchild of my child. I'm the dad half of this operation. Ross Cooper, hyped as hell, ready to get it. As always, rocking with the best. My co-host, looking all smooth and extra intelligent now over there with the new specs on. Introduce yourself to the folk.
Yo, as a private between me and you. Yeah, what's good, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good. If you're watching on all other platforms, please share with your friends, family, ghosts, enemies, all that, pets, all that good stuff. You watching on YouTube, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube crazy crap. And if you don't, I got nothing. I'm sorry.
See, man, you have to start thinking this in advance, but you gotta think this in advance. How you gonna get the balls in advance, but can't get what's gonna happen to you in advance? You gotta do both. So we back out there.
How about that?
Disclaimers, trigger warnings, all that. We back out there a week off, and yeah, we about to get into it. Welcome to the slaughterhouse. Yeah, man. And sadly, I'm not talking about the four-man super group. We talking about a literal slaughterhouse where pigs go to die. So, I'm gonna give you your fair warning. If you have a problem with the term pig, if you have a problem with Black men speaking openly and candidly about how law enforcement can get the middle finger, if you are a law enforcement apologist, if your family members are cops and you like them, if you are a pig, you might want to not tune in for the next, I say 45 minutes. You can just skip to the end. Skip to the end.
You need to hear this.
We about to get into it. Man. Took a little time off, right? And I was like, man, it's a whole lot of stuff popping off with these pigs. Then, in the midst of it all, something else pop off. So we're going to start up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We're going to say the brother's name, Patrick Lyoya, and I apologize for mispronouncing, but what we have here yet again is a case of a traffic stop gone bad. Now, there are no firearms involved. He was another unarmed Black man. There is no ridiculously jailable offense involved. He was stopped because the plates didn't match the car. Wasn't no bricks found in the trunk. Wasn't like he was a mule moving bricks for, the new El Chapo. So we here because the plate didn't match the car. So to fill our listeners and watchers in who may not be aware, Grand Rapids, Michigan, a few days back, brother was pulled over, asked somebody in the car with him. He got out the car. What you stopping me for? A little bit agitated to say the least, right? Foot chase ensues. He gets tackled. Pig is on top of him. Struggle ensues. Pig is heard saying, "Stop reaching for my taser." And in response, he executes the brother, shoots him in the back of the fucking head. For those of you keeping score at home, I don't at this point, I just need the common sense part to kick in. I don't give a shit if you are hardcore after police. I don't give a shit if you are hardcore MAGA and you fly Confederate flags. I want you to look at this from a very simple standpoint. How the hell do you go from plates don't match on car to dead execution style? But wait, it gets worse. The pig's name has not been released. The pig has had his police powers removed, and you guessed it, is on paid administrative leave. Say it with me now. So, hypothetically, if I put a knee in somebody's back, if I laid on somebody's back, and I decided, you know what? I don't think I like the way this scuffle was going. and I shoot them in the back of the head, that is most states murder one, not two, because one, it was premeditated. You thought about that shit because you were in no danger. So that is murder one. And that typically carries a no bail because you have shown you are a threat to the public at large. This fucking shit pile pig is at home getting paid. Now, and oh, his police powers have been removed. So what exactly are you getting paid to do? You don't have police. Anyone listening, you can't see my face right now, but it's just the if WTF was a person, and we're here, and it's 2022, and we're still here. I will say, I have not watched all of the footage. I've had enough. I've had my fill of black trauma porn to last me in the next few lifetimes. It does fuel my argument. And I don't know how deep we'll get into it, but I said white men should not be police. We'll start there. White men should not be police. But it's. Didn't we just watch George Floyd get executed over the course of 9 minutes? Didn't we do that? Didn't we see that? And yet we're here. Traffic stop. Dead black man. Dead unarmed black man for a minimal offense. And we're here. Oh, the independent autopsy, by the way, from the family does show that the gun was pressed up against the back of his head. So he was executed. Make no mistake about it. I don't give a fuck what the media says, but yeah, he was executed. Sir.
Good job, Judge Drake. You did your job. Got the scum off the earth. Thank you. What? Like I said, there's always going to be someone that says, well, he didn't do anything wrong. Shouldn't have came to him hostile. Shouldn't have got out the car. Shouldn't have ran away. Shouldn't have reached for a taser, because that's a real killer. It might stop your heart. Yeah. So shouldn't have did all that. And he'd probably still be here. Even though it's a common rule. And not in impoverished neighborhoods that if you run from the police and they catch you, something bad's gonna happen to you. It's a common rule, and yet we all know the rule. Well, majority of us know that rule. Some people that are sitting, with the red hat and all that shit, don't know that rule. They don't have to really deal with that. Too busy eating mayonnaise sandwiches. But yeah, I don't. He clearly, like you say, he's clearly executed. You're on top. Like I said, everyone has been in a fight. If you're on top, for the most part, if you're losing, that's bad. And if he got shot in the back of the head, that means he's turned around. He's on his stomach. You probably have your knee on his back or neck or wherever. So wherever he's reaching behind him. Like, I don't know how you can't. Like I said, man, y'all pays is weak. Man. I ain't go to the gym. Weight room, bro. Tired of
It's that meme I saw. Stop, dear police departments. Stop hiring people that used to get beat up in high school.
Exactly, because this could have. There's too many videos I see. Now I see why y'all so quick to shoot. Because y'all can't handle a fight at all. Y'all can't fight at all. I don't know what they do in training, but they don't teach you how to do hand-to-hand combat. It's bad. You're winning. You're winning. The dude's on his stomach. Like, what is the point? Even if he's reaching for something, he can't see it. You're on top.
This is like the Star Wars movie. Anakin, don't do it. I have the higher ground.
Exactly. They need to study Sun Tzu Art of War, some shit. Or maybe not, because then they might be better killers. Never mind. Forget that. No. Yeah, you're winning. There was no point just because he's reaching for a taser. That's not going to do any damage. It's no reason to put your gun against his head and then blow it off. And then somehow walk away get the greatest, get paid. I already know why it's like that. And then that's the kicker right there. He's getting paid, and then the world's most powerful union, as I've always said. Um, he's probably getting information about the investigation and how he can defend himself. That's usually how it works. So not only is he getting paid, but now he gets everything, all the information that will be used against him because he's a pig. He can just use and tell his lawyer to make it easier to get off of this shit. I don't see how you get off of this shit,
you're not getting off. You're getting.
Hey, what have I told you? I said nothing's changed, and I've been right. Because we're about to talk about something else that happened with these pigs, and they got off, and I told you, and that was on broad scale, and that was in broad daylight on camera. So I was like, yeah, this is. I don't know when enough is enough. Like I said, I don't want to go my run the jewels route and say a bar that I want to say because I might get, but eventually if this keeps happening, I'm gonna say that bar.
I mean, the problem is, and this is not me being quote unquote racist because, but the problem we have here is, excuse me, we have to remember the function of police, the initial function of police was slave catching. We have to remember that most people in this country are fed propaganda and they falsely believe the solution to crime is more police. And as long as that persists, we're fighting up a battle. As long as someone can look at a black man being murdered by these pigs and say, well, he shouldn't have been resisting. As long as people can, see these black people being murdered by these pigs, and the comeback is, well, what about black on black crime? We have a ways to go.
The comeback for that is, all right, I'll make it real for people who live in Baltimore. All right, go to West Baltimore or wherever you want to go. Park Heights, wherever. There's police cameras, there's pigs on every side of the street, right? And that's where all the crime is, right? That's the dangerous part, right? All right, now go to Columbia or something. You barely see them. You might see them on the highway for speed traps and shit because they're so fucking bored. They have to catch speeders. So, and look at that, less pigs, huh? And everyone seems a little bit more safe. And then you go to a place where it's not safe, and there's a pig on every fucking block. That's the simple term for you. That's not the problem. What is the problem?
Right.
You look at Columbia, you see nice green grass, nice area, big ass malls, nice cars, and all that shit. You go to anywhere, West Baltimore, Park Heights, whatever, abandoned buildings, all that shit. That's the problem. You fix that, we won't have high crime areas.
But you're going down the slippery slope, sir, because now you're talking about the failures of capitalism. That's not something anybody wants to discuss. No. We can all be rich. We just have to work really hard, and we'll all be rich. Go to college, go to a good school, and get a good degree, and get a great job, and you'll be rich.
That's a lie, and you'll be in debt for the rest of your life. But no one wants to. It's okay.
Exactly.
But like I said, if we fix, like you put a broad mask on, you're not fixing the problem. You're blaming the monster, but not blaming the creator. It's the Frankenstein syndrome or whatever. You're blaming the monster, but you're not blaming who created the monster. And what created the monster was, like you said, is capitalism, this stupid ass system. Because if you fix that, I put my life on it, that everything will change. But we're not going to do that because we don't want everybody to have basic needs. I'm not saying everybody has to live in a goddamn mansion. It's just there shouldn't be a poverty line, and there shouldn't be people under it. Like, what type of humans are we, bro? We accept that shit. That majority of people are under the line.
It's their fault, though.
But it's their fault. Right. All the mental issues that we have, all the shit that they're designed to make us in debt, all the stuff they don't teach us in schools, and spend all 40 millions or billions of dollars on police force and military that's supposed to protect us from invisible invaders and crime lords and shit. Same man. Okay, yeah. But we crazy for thinking that, fix. Okay, all right.
I
It's an
mean,
easy fix, but no one wants to do it. That's
no.
why I hate humans, bro. Smartest dumbasses on the planet. I swear.
Yeah. So we have a dead black man because I don't know.
It's
Because we
attached.
won't face certain realities in this country still. Because we live in the freaking information age and everything is readily available. But people don't want to ask certain questions because they don't like the answers. I mean, they want a critical race theory. You mean the truth? You mean just tell them what happened? This is racial. It's critical race theory. And we don't want white kids unhappy. I mean, if I tell you the truth and you get unhappy about it, that's
Progress. That
I'm gonna
means you
say
have
crush.
you have empathy because now it's like, damn, we really did that. Then you can
But
think.
it's like I said, it's just I think the problem in this country when it comes to race is that there's this notion that black people and other minorities want to use it as a weapon or weaponize it. And the reality situation is Huey from Boondocks voice, just pay what you owe, son. Just pay what you owe. And it's like I saw this study, and it was interesting when they said when they made it racial. I'm gonna give you the cliff notes because we got some ground to cover. When they made it racial and tried to explain reparations, it was like, oh hell no, we're not doing that. Black people had such and such done to them by white people such and such time ago. Do you think black people should be paid back? Oh hell no, that's crazy. That's nonsense. So they flipped it and was like, Farmer A did this wrong thing to Farmer B, but a lot of time has passed. Does Farmer A still owe Farmer B? You're damn right. He did Farmer B wrong. You gotta pay Farmer B back. Wow. So as long as you're not talking about it in terms of racial context, everything makes sense. So it's just, and I was talking to a buddy of mine. I said the sad reality of this country when it comes to race is this country has not dealt with the fact that the South lost the fucking Civil War. When you really narrow it down, this country never got over the fact that the South lost. You replace slavery with Jim Crow, replace Jim Crow with black coat. You see what I'm saying? So this country's never gotten past the fact that the South lost, and we're here. And the other part that proves that is remember what police were for. It's not all that different now. It was designed to catch slaves. Now it's easier to quote unquote catch slaves because the system in place creates them. And there you go. But no, you heard it here first. This pig is gonna get it. So yeah, there we are. Um I don't know, man. I don't know. What are you thinking? I'm thinking at least double digit years.
Um, Probably that what it is. What he should get, he's not going to. So there's that.
I mean, you got to make a murder one charge stick. Um, no, I'm not a lawyer. It looks like murder one because it wasn't self defense. You got to prove that this person meant to kill this person. It was premeditated. And I'm like, well, why else would you pull out the gun and put it to the back of his head? You didn't shoot him in the ass. You literally put it to the back of his head. That's I'm like,
Impressed it on his head. So it's not like you were
right,
struggling shot from a distance.
right. So that's I'm like, but I'm not a lawyer. But I'm just saying, it looks like murder one to me.
Yeah, and then you gotta put your trust in the system and quote unquote
Yeah,
justice. So it's
right.
like, well, it's a lose-lose situation regardless. Can't bring him back, and we gotta trust the same system that enables him to punish him.
Right.
Oh, so we'll see.
So yeah, there's that, and probably won't happen. But pig, I hope you rot in hell. I hope you die in a cell. I really do. And it's eye for an eye. Yeah, I think a message needs to be sent. I think we need to stop allowing law enforcement to kill with impunity. I think everyone should stop turning up dead at the hands of pigs because of traffic stops. This isn't the movies where the cop pulls somebody over and they hop out the car and they just unload with like a machine gun. This is an unarmed person. And I'm like, what at the other end of that coin? Let's pretend it doesn't go this way. It's a routine in air quotes traffic stop. So you did all of this over a tag that didn't match the car. I mean, if I really want to take it there, um, I honestly think my tax dollars, your salary could be spent doing something better than that. Because what's gonna happen? The worst is you're gonna have to come to court and pay a fine of some sort. I don't. My suspicion is that's not a jailable offense unless you can somehow prove you stole the car.
Well,
And
that's the
you know
only thing I
anybody
can tell
out
you.
there, right? So this is what my taxpayer dollars are going to. You fucktards harassing people over a plate. You got nothing better to do in Grand Rapids, huh? Nothing better to do.
Bored,
And then
man.
it gets escalated and you execute somebody. And the only way you do so is because you pretty much feel like you can get away with it. Because you didn't say, we didn't hear the usual, he's got my gun. We didn't hear that. It was literally, stop trying to reach for my taser. So since he's reaching for the taser, your response, white men shouldn't be police. We're going to talk about that at some point. Maybe today, maybe not, but white men shouldn't be police.
Man,
White men shouldn't be police.
have
Yeah,
issues with that.
that's we can dive deep in that later. Why should be police? Okay, next on the interesting thing, we're gonna go from Grand Rapids to the glorious Empire State. Ah, yes, good old New York. So, if anyone remembers, way back during pandemic times, that seems like so long ago.
Still
But
in it.
June, you know, are we? They didn't remove the mask mandate. You get on the plane, get on the airport, no mask now. You catch your Uber, no mask now. Are
Apparently,
we?
apparently the cases are rising, so we'll see.
Oh, that's what it is. The kids are rising again.
Nah,
Okay, cool. I haven't checked the numbers. Anybody seen Dr. Fauci lately?
nah, he's spoken. I don't know
Oh,
what he said.
they found him. Oh shit! Because a minute ago, someone was coming out like dropping that new Fauci
I
mixtape.
mean, he had to because the cases are rising. So now we gotta come to him because when it wasn't, then what are you gonna say?
Okay, but I ain't seen bro. I ain't seen Brody Bro in a while, so I wasn't
Right?
sure. You know what I mean?
Probably a clone
I
anyways.
ain't seen Brody Bro in a while.
Probably a clone. That's why. Go ahead.
Yo, but you might remember this image from my home city, Buffalo, New York, a couple years back, and you saw an old gentleman get knocked to the ground and cracked his skull. And by the pigs, walking in formation, move along, move along. And dude fell back and dinged his head. And these pigs will face no charges. There was no wrongdoing. And they're saying, hey, he wasn't an innocent bystander. I'm reading out of the ruling. They're saying he wasn't an innocent bystander. Wow, he's 75 years old,
Mm.
but wasn't an innocent bystander. And there was no evidence that proved the officers deliberately tried to injure him. There was no evidence that. So they just nothing to see here. I'm gonna hit you with this baton. You're gonna fall back and crack your damn head, but no evidence there. And wait, there's a fun part of this too. The fun part of this, I was reading the article and they said, hey, he might have kind of surprised him.
And
He
then the
might have kind of
irony
surprised him.
that the guy drove
He
off.
was off balance and you know, and I quote, Gugino, after force was applied to him, appears to have not been able to keep his balance for reasons that might well have as much to do with the fact that he was holding objects in each hand or his advanced stage. So you pushed him back. He fell and cracked his head. But hey, you know, his bad. He's old and he holding shit. So you shouldn't be old and holding shit when the pigs hit you. You're bad. No, I can't. Oh, and the judge said, Schleck, it is early also said Senator may have surprised the officers, which can interfere with the officers' performance of their duties. Yo, how do you come up with this shit with a straight face? Wow! Woo! We got a Ric Flair on that one. Woo! How did you come up? Fam, if you were full fucking riot gear and a 75-year-old dude holding things walks up on you, you are so surprised that you're gonna just automatically bow, get back. And then we just gonna keep walking like it should happen. Like, nah, F dude. And then you have an arbitrator like, yo, he kind of rolled up on him, yo. He surprised him. Now, I mean, you shouldn't be old and holding shit and surprising cops. That's what you think was gonna happen.
The funny thing is, the picture on that article shows him right in front of him the whole time. How does someone surprise you and you're looking right at him?
Oh my God. What is it, a liquid Terminator and just appeared? Like,
That's what I'm. Yo, is it my turn?
Yeah, please go
Like I
for
said,
it.
bro,
Wow.
I'm about to make another Boondocks reference. Like I said, unless that old man is steak meaner, there's no reason to try to think an old man's a threat, man, bro. And if y'all watch the Boondocks, y'all know what stick meat is. What did you say? I'm not gonna say it. But yeah. Nah, I don't. That whole article if you want to say that, you can't put that picture up, bro. You gotta put another picture. Then you just literally contradict yourself with just one picture.
Right. I'm literally looking at the picture. And by the way, this is from The Hill, BNX Town Media Wire. Shout out to them. But yeah,
So yeah,
old dude is literally just
standing in front of them. They're
Right.
looking at each other. So unless you're legally blind, I don't think he surprised you. And he's not that damn white that you can't see him. He's not a ghost. So it's like I don't man. Chose the wrong profession, bro.
Like, yo, like what we talking about? Pig Row? Pig Row Records?
Yeah, Pig Row Records.
Pig Row Records, yo.
You tired
You know?
of not being able to shoot a nigga in the head in broad daylight? Is you tired of being bullied all your life? Well, come to Pig Row Records.
Come to Pig Row. You know, if you're tired of, actually being prosecuted for doing dirty shit in your videos.
Get all that nice dirty money. Yeah. Get side hustles for real.
Right.
So yeah. But
murder somebody and blame them for their own murder.
Yeah.
Come to Pig Row.
But
this is where we are. This is where we are. And I'm like, so I think the only thing is sexual assault. I'm sitting here in my mind trying to figure out, so what gets a cop hemmed up, right? Because if you can kill somebody and get away with it.
I don't know about sexual assault.
What's left? What's left?
Nothing. You can get away with anything.
Nah, sexual assault charges. If those ever brought, you getting fried.
I don't know about that because then there is a video that happened. I don't know what happened to the guy if he did get got, but there is a video of a girl getting got assaulted by an officer. I don't think anything happened to that cop. I don't remember, but I remember the video and I remember when people being upset. So it's like I don't know. If you can get away with murder, that's the worst thing you can do. So it's like, well, I'm pretty sure you can get away with it, my guy.
I got nothing. I got nothing because it's like this shouldn't happen. This should not happen, but here we are. All right, so we're gonna move from my home city to a little bit west to Syracuse, New York, and we have all, well, a lot of us have seen there's a viral video released of Syracuse pigs appearing to handcuff and throw an 8-year-old in the back of a car while he screams for his life. Yeah. So new evidence, and this is where this is going to get interesting. Maybe. Apparently, these two young boys were known throughout the neighborhood and been stealing from smaller stores before, but had taken them home instead of arresting anybody. According to this article, the community officer had stopped by the house a month ago to give the boy and his siblings a commemorative police badge and talk about life. And let's see. Apparently, though, the message did not sink in. And this time, young boy might have stole a bag of chips, and they put him in a back of a police car, took him home. Pig is her saying, "Didn't we just go through this? You were crying in the back seat of my car. Remember that?" This is the pig talking to the young man. He's 8 years old. Right now, allegedly, they said they drove the boy and the siblings home. They spent 10 minutes talking to the dad, and this is trying some tough love, some scared straight. And that's what the pig also said. That's what they do every day. Every day, they go to the store and steal stuff. Okay. But First Deputy Police Chief Joe Seal noted the positives, including a good ending to a bad situation. Oh, it's a Medea movie. So we saw how horrible it looked. They said he was never handcuffed, never arrested. I mean, you can't arrest an 8-year-old. The fuck? But the officers knew the child by name and face. Doesn't make me feel better. Um, and they took the time to engage with that father when they took him home, that child and his siblings, so on and so forth. And my favorite phrase in this is, folks, this is community policing 101. It is what every citizen is asking from our police department, community policing. I'm going to put my fuck the police hat, take my fuck the police hat off for a second, try to be very objective here and weighing all of the facts. Apparently, they've been snatching shit for a minute now. Pigs knew who they were, and that was that. Um, does it, shall I'll let you play the Jeter role and lead off on this one. Does it change how you feel about what you saw?
Kind of. I mean, there's so many multi-layers behind this. Because when you first sent it to me, my first reaction, like, what the, wait, it's almost a bag of chips. What are you throwing an 8-year-old in a bag of police car for? Probably traumatized for life and hate you motherfuckers, which I'm cool with that part of the hate part. But the traumatization part, I'm not cool with. But then, you send me more details saying not a first time offender. They didn't do that the first time. They took him to the pops and they talked to him or whatever. And it's like, this is what's going on. Can you do something about it? Okay. That's community police. You didn't. Okay. That part is. And then it keeps happening. So now I guess in their minds, like, well, what else are we supposed to do? We did the right, we didn't put him in the popcorn or traumatize him the first couple of times. We took him home to the dad, and, thought that, the father would be a fucking father. But no, that didn't work. So they probably thought, and like I said, this is me, I'm an objective person. As much as I hate the motherfuckers, I'm looking at this objective. You did everything you're supposed to do by the book, or not by the book. You try to do it the diplomat way and just inform the, like I said, the parent to be a parent. That's not working. I don't know what's going on in that house. Because there's another layer to it. It's like, why are they stealing? I feel a need to steal. I don't know what's going on in that house or the financial situation. That's a whole nother stuff.
Right.
But since it's happening, at that point, I don't, and it's not stopping. You told the kids, you told the parents. It's not changing. You're still doing it. It's like, well, what do you do? And then I know if you said, do a real still scare straight and take them to
Yeah.
juvie, and maybe that'll work. I'm like, it
No,
could, but it might. But
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to let me explain my stance. The problem is you put an 8-year-old in a police car and you're expecting an 8-year-old to process things like somebody 10 years their senior. They're 8. Okay. They're 8. They may not quite understand the gravity of what's going on. Right. So to me, once you put an 8-year-old in a squad car, you have possibly scarred this kid for life, and you have created a perpetual enemy of law enforcement. Right.
right,
Better situation.
right.
Bring this kid's dad there and take them back together. But the very next day, you take his little ass down to juvie and you had him sit there and talk to some of the 12, 14, 15-year-olds that are sitting in the juvenile system. You take them to, a group home and you see let them see what happens when you are put in the system or taken away from your parents. They're 8. It's going to scare the piss out of them. What you did do instead, however, is you put them in the back of a police car.
That scared the piss out of them too. So you kind of did the same thing though.
Okay, so I'm gonna inject a little bit too much of myself here. I'm gonna tell you why you did. Because you shouldn't use trauma to teach lessons. You shouldn't use trauma to create teachable moments. So here's an example. A lot of folk believe in corporal punishment, right?
Woodmains, yes. For those
Right.
who don't.
Well, I mean, we all know corporal. Wow, I think we all know what corporal punishment.
Not every.
So you think I'm talking to him while I'm hitting him and da. As someone who's on the wrong end of corporal punishment, you're not hearing none of that. All you want is the pain to stop. Stop hitting me. You oversized, large adult human, please stop hitting me. Nothing that's being said is being processed. Speaking from experience, right? So to me, it's the same thing. You're trying to scare this kid straight from the back of a police car. And all they know is they're scared, the shit is scared out of them, and they're in the back of a police car. The lesson to me is going to get lost by an 8-year-old. They're 8. And I love the way that the pig interjects, well, what would you have us do when they're stealing something from you? So we're projecting. Ask Tamir Rice's parents about the adultification of Black kids. You showed up, you pulled up on a 12-year-old with a toy gun and executed him damn near immediately. Now on the flip, what we do, and the sad thing is, and this is the sad part of reality of this country, you have to ask, does this happen to a little white kid?
Who knows? Probably not.
I'm going to say probably not. I'm going to say probably not. So
I don't know. I see. And this is where you kind of contradict yourself, because you've also said, pain has a real way of getting people to understand stuff. So
well, the implication was adults.
Nah, even kids too. Trust me, I remember all my pain too. And like I said, especially someone who got their ass whooped too. Yeah, I get you. You don't understand why it was happening, but when it's done, you won't try to do that. Whatever the thing that happened, you will try your hardest for not to happen again. Not saying it's right. Not saying it's wrong. There's other ways to freaking parent than just doing the slave master's mentality. That's where we got it from. So, and it's oddly enough that we say that they don't do it anymore, and yet we still do. But it's okay. That's a whole nother subject for another day. But nah, Yeah, like I said, this is why I like full context of everything, and not just even because videos and pictures don't tell the whole freaking story. Because I
Mhm.
was on the opposite side, and then now I'm kind of in the middle. Because I don't know. What do you do?
Not that.
Because like I
Like I
said, do
said,
you do
not
you
that.
need like 3 officers to put one little ass kid in the car? No, you don't. Were you probably being a little rough? Probably. But it's like I don't know. I think probably maybe the best solution would be not for that to happen. Like put them in the back of a car, take them home, and like do a thorough investigation about what the hell is going on in there. Like, how are you raising your kids? Are you disciplining them? And I don't mean just beating the hell out of them every time they do something stupid. I mean, are you actually disciplined, being involved, and like paying attention to what they're doing and how they think? Which I'm probably sure they're not because they're still
Hmm.
doing it. So if that's the issue, then we have to realize, then we have to look into, unfortunately, well, is this a stable home for them to be in?
Right.
Or like, unfortunately, be like, bro, they do this again, then we're not looking at them. You're going to be held responsible because you're a child. I mean, not child, you're the parent. They are a child.
Mhm.
They're not teenagers. They're children. They're not even double digits yet. And I'm not saying people under double digits don't know what the hell's going on, because they do. But you know what I'm saying? They get a little leeway. You don't. Because you're the parent. It's your responsibility to know what your child is doing at damn near all times. I understand it's hard, but being a parent is not easy. It's a full-time job. You don't take breaks. How do I know that? I don't even have a kid. You know this. It's a wonderful, exhausting job. If you're not ready for that, then don't have a kid.
You're all right. But I don't agree with putting an 8-year-old in the back of a police car. I think that there's way more harm than good. I think there are other methods that could have been observed.
I get it.
You
I
saw the
agree.
clear trauma that this kid was going through.
I
Now,
agree.
in context, maybe he was afraid he was going to get home and get his ass whooped. Who knows?
Probably.
But I think you put an 8-year-old in the back of a police car, you have made an enemy of law enforcement for life.
I'm happy with that. Good. Stay in it. Just don't traumatize. That's the only part I have a problem. Him being the enemy of the cops. Good. Yeah, I approve of that message. But
This
but
guy.
but
Yeah.
nah, I think it could have been done differently and better, but I'm not on the extreme side I was at first, because now I got a little bit more context. So I'm going to give them inch of leeway for once, because I'm objective. Yeah.
Yeah, woo. So we gonna move from Syracuse to the world's greatest city. Ah, ah. Hi, New York, y'all okay? Blink, 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 blink once for yes, twice for no. Y'all okay down there in New York? Because you had a mass shooting and you saw the epic proportion, the epic fail of NYPD. Fam, if I'm paying you mofos $10 billion, right? $10 billion. I don't expect you to tell the people on the scene, yo, my radio don't work. Somebody call 911 for me. Ain't you the cops? Ain't you the cops? What do you mean? Like, come on, what do you mean? For those who don't know, there was we can say a well, I can't say mass shooting because no one died, but there was a shooting incident in New York City, in Brooklyn, a couple weeks back, and dude let out some gas canisters and then just started letting loose. Luckily one of the guns jammed. Now something like that happened in New York, of all places, you think he'd be apprehended immediately. Nah, he just walked off. In fact, the
Broad daylight.
$10 billion budget, they ain't even find him. He called him. Like, yo, what's up? It's me. Like, come on, fam.
Looking for
How
me.
y'all how y'all making 10 billion and y'all can't find
In broad
cameras
daylight.
don't work?
In broad daylight. In New York City. This is not like this happened in like the middle of nowhere, Texas Chainsaw Massacre style. This happened in the New York City during the day.
Right at work time, 8 in the morning,
You
8:30 in the
can't
morning.
make that up, bro. Like, how can you? Wow. Where's that money
And
going to?
right, good to enforcing mask mandates and beating
Uh,
people.
oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
Right, enforcing mask mandates because that's the most important thing. And before anybody goes off the deep end, now I'm not making fun of COVID. I'm just saying, like, yo, listen, you may or you may not get COVID, and even if you do, you may or may not die. Son had a fully loaded clip, and luckily it jammed.
Hey, you will die from that. that's that's not it. so yeah, in the scale of shit, bullets to ass or a disease that 2%. 2% versus 100. I don't know. I take my chance. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. I'm sorry. We're not laughing at
Nah,
that.
but
just let
you know, the New York chapter of Black Lives Matter as an organization has its own issues, but woo-wee. So he was like, and I quote, let's get the mayor of New York is Eric Adams, former NYPD, former pig himself, right? Let's get back to Eric Adams. This is a mayor who's a Democrat, but he spews conservative Republican talking points. This is from Hawk Newsom, co-founder of BLM Greater New York. He told this Fox News of all for. He's like, and at the end of the day, we have a name for someone like this. And this is someone we call a coon. He's a white man in blackface and a very conservative-minded white man at that. Shots fired. Damn.
He can't really talk though. That's the fat part. We're going.
Hey, he's New York BLM. He's New York BLM.
Okay.
Oh, that's what it was. No, hold up. This legit though. Newsom blasted Adams' effort to combat crime in New York City, alleged the mayor's new policing model was a monumental failure and accused him of deflecting, which was true, by questioning BLM's role in condemning bloodshed. And that goes back to when your boy was like, and he did that bullshit pivot. Well, where's Black Lives Matter when it's black on black crime? Most of the people in New York and killed by black people. Shut the fuck up, sir. Come on, man. You a pig. Are you that stupid of a pig that you don't know crime stats? That you don't understand murder and most assaults are crimes of proximity, that you kill and you rob who you're near, statistically proven? Pig. You don't know that. All that time on damn NYPD, you don't know nothing. And you're gonna do this bullshit pivot? Where's Black Lives Matter? Fuck out of here, yo. So no, I'm riding with your mans and BLM. I'm riding with your mans on that one. Don't come at me sideways talking about where's Black Lives Matter, like you don't know where's what, what about white on white crime? What about Italian on Italian crime? Huh? What about Chinese on Chinese crime?
Yeah. Can't say that, man.
So no, I know you have issues with BLM as an organization.
I do.
I understand that. I have question marks myself because my thing is Jerry Maguire. Show me the money. Just show me the bread and we be good. That's all you gotta do. Open the books. Where's the bread? Okay, I went here. All right, cool. Show me where the money went.
We know where it went,
and all of this goes away.
We know where it went. That's the problem. But
don't do that bullshit pivot, dude. First, I need to end drill music. Drill rap is not why New York sucks, okay? Drill rap is not why cats is getting clapped. Okay?
I mean, it's probably not helping, but it's not the reason. Because that's exactly what it's about.
But I'm like, if drill rap disappeared tomorrow, we're just gonna go back to listening to MOP.
That's what I said. At least we're just robbing people. We're not just straight out clapping them. We just robbing them.
If drill rap goes, we're just gonna go back to listen to Bill Dance and Lil Fame. Stop it. Stop with the drill rap blame. But that was corny. Now it's where's Black Lives Matter because black on black crime. I mean, you corny, dude. But this is what happens when you get another a former pig in office. You gonna think pig thoughts, and here we are. You say stupid ass Fox News talking points like black on black crime. Black lives better than black.
Hey,
Sir, your thoughts, my man. Your thoughts, sir.
more Democrats acted like Republicans.
Ooh.
Wow. See, this is why we do need hip hop. There's a lot of bars in there that tell a lot of truth. But I digress. But yeah, I still screw that organization. I'm always for the movement and the same. I just want y'all to be clear. I have not changed. But in this sense, he's right. You can't that is some coon-tastic behavior, but why would we think any differently when you're a freaking politician and you used to be a pig? What you think is going to happen? They don't let. I'm not gonna say it. I hate that term anyway. They don't let black people in those type of positions. You know, you know what I'm trying to say, but I'm not going to.
They don't let brothers of a certain texture.
Not all
They
black
don't
folk
they
are
don't let,
kinfolk. Is that what you? Yeah, is that the politically correct?
all skin folk
Kinfolk
ain't
ain't kinfolk. Yeah. So that's that. So that part doesn't surprise me. But yeah, I don't know what else. He already said.
No, it's
He acting like you acting coon-tastic, my man. Coonerific. I mean, there's nothing else we can say. But it doesn't surprise me. And Black Lives Matter still sucks ass. So I mean, yeah, everything just sucks. But it's the world's greatest city, man. Like I said, I'm still shocked that they have like $1 billion budget. Man, you walked out in broad daylight.
Broad daylight out
off your switch. Hey, bro, that's a double entendre right there. So
right, yeah, that's unintentional bars.
So it's like, yeah, the world's greatest city.
Yeah, like, hey, world's greatest city, yo. It's speaking of the world's greatest city. The world's greatest boxer. Okay, I'm stretching there, but if you're my age and you grew up in the Tyson era, it's all about Mike Tyson and Brownsville's finest. This is so the last thing we're gonna touch on real quick. What is the phrase? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So there's a video that's floating around the internet right now of some dude just antagonizing Mike Tyson. He wasn't talking shit, but he's being super irritating.
Annoying.
Yeah, super annoying. And Mike finally gave him what he was looking for. Yeah, nice 2-piece and a biscuit.
It's like a 5-piece in like 2 seconds with a side of fries. Biscuit.
Yo, I mean, ouch, your son got lumped though. Just wow. Like he went straight ball wrong on Street Fighter on him. It was his avatar, yo. He went ball wrong on Street Fighter.
Oh wow.
Just be happy you were sitting down, sir.
Just be happy you
stood up. If you stood up, you'd have got slumped. Now what kills me though, typical fashion, what kills me, dudes is like, oh, come on, Mike. No, don't hold Mike back. You should have got your mans.
I'm not holding Mike back anyway. That might be this. I'm not holding him back. Nigga, go, Mike, no.
Whose man's is this? If I was sitting next to it, like, yo, whose man's is? I'm gonna pop them first. Like, yo, shut up, bro. Whose man's is this? Because what you're not gonna do is get me effed up because of you. Whose man's is this? And once the beat down with it started, like, yo, ouch, that look, damn, bro. I'm not. Oh, come on, Mike. No. I'll be right next to him filming the ass whooping. Like,
world star.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and don't try to sue because way too much evidence of you on camera after with Mike Tyson.
He gonna try to sue. It's not gonna be nothing criminal, but it's gonna be some.
It's always gonna try to be something civil, but it's gonna be like Menace to Society. Gonna be in court watching the tape again. That was like when Mike was whooping your ass. Gonna be like Menace to Society all over again.
That's
I'm
it,
like,
bro. The internet is undefeated. Like I said, that's gonna be a blurb on 1,000 Ways to Die. Like son had to been suicidal. Like you gonna antagonize the one person on this earth, and it's not like he's Muhammad Ali. I know he's up there in age. It's not like he was Muhammad Ali, where
right.
he was
You
losing.
just
He
saw
still got
you
it.
just saw Mike bring the pain to Roy Jones. You just saw this.
And there's plenty of videos of him just training or just teaching people, and I'm like, well,
Right,
look at
like
that.
right now,
I sound like,
think,
hold on. Another Dark Knight Rises. Look at his speed. Look at his ferocity. Look at that training. That's the League of Shadows. Like, yo, that's Bane right there. Like, yo, look at his technique. Like, yo, what are you doing? Bro, like, and it's Mike Tyson. I understand he's chilled out a lot and he's a little more peaceful, but it's still in there, dog. If Mike said it best, like everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. I'm sure his plan was.
and the other thing Mike said, I don't know, it's attributed to him. I don't know if he said it. The internet has made people way too comfortable being disrespectful without getting punched in the face for it.
Did he say that, or was that a fake one? I didn't know if that was.
I don't know. That was it. It's attributed.
But it sounded like something he was saying.
Said it, but the internet has made people way too comfortable being disrespectful without getting punched in the face for it.
And that's a true statement, though. Even if he didn't say it, that's a true statement. Like, bro, like
too many keyboard gangsters. But yo, you got a nice little Brownsville ass whooping, sir. You just got a nice little Brownsville ass whooping.
That made my day.
Oh, you said that, I was like, wait, what? Like, nah, that was really. Oh, and the last thing, real quick. So we finally got our Thor trailer, and my excitement level right now is at a 2 out of 10. I'm unmoved. My buddy said it, and I couldn't have said it better. I'm tired of corny Thor. We got corny Thor, corny funny Thor, and Ragnarok. All right, that was cool. A little bit in Endgame. All right, but it's just I'm tired of corny, fat, funny Thor. Like, can we get back to God of Thunder, please? Can we get back to God of Thunder? Like, let's see some ass kicking. I don't need all the jokes. Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah, I give it for the Simon level is a 5. So I don't know.
You better than me for once. I'm more looking forward to binge watching the end of Moon Knight, honestly.
Yeah, I'm been watching. I heard that it's official and that they're not holding back.
Oh, okay. Because I was watching the first episode. I'm gonna wait till it's over and really go in. But yeah. Okay. Running back recap. Welcome to our house. This is Slaughterhouse. Slaughter these pigs. From the top. Yeah. This Grand Rapids pig is getting at least double digits. At least double digits. You need more time than Derek Chauvin. You need more time in that. Because you executed, man. You need more time in that. That's one. For the Buffalo Pigs, I guess y'all got surprised by a 75-year-old man, huh? Guess I was surprised, and y'all just had to, move along and jab him up with the baton a couple of times before I crack his cranium. It's all good because he surprised y'all. I didn't see it coming. He was such a threat. For these Syracuse Pigs, based on what I saw on tape, no, because you're projecting. You could have handled that different. And that whole, what do you do? What's going to happen if we steal something from you? That's further proof of the mentality you all have. And I get the whole, we've been down this road before, but respectfully, because you'd never do it to a white kid because it's never been done to you, you don't understand the trauma and the very horrible relationship. There's been an antagonistic relationship between law enforcement and Black people in this country since there's been law enforcement and Black people in this country. And I don't expect you white pigs to get that. But I don't think you throw a little white kid in the back of a police car like that. I just don't. I could be wrong. Could be right. I could be wrong, but I just don't think so.
Attention though.
Yeah, it should though. It absolutely should, because then we'll see the problem isn't necessarily race. The problem is the pigs. But
we've been saying that already. But now we're the race people. So
right. And Eric Adams, boy, oh boy, you got called out for being a coon. I can't even defend you, fam. Can't even call you fam for real. Because you out in these streets pivoting to bullshit. Where's Black Lives Matter? What about black on black crime? Come on, bruh. We off that. We been off that. Like, don't know about BLM dude is right. That's a Republican ass, conservative ass, Fox News, MAGA ass argument, homie. You should know better.
Sounds like the same thing to me.
Should know better, but you don't. And lastly, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Note to self: if you see Mike on an airplane, say what up, champ. Hey, can I get an autograph? Maybe a selfie. Be easy, bro. Love, grew up loving you. One of my heroes. That. I'm not gonna sit here and keep antagonizing to find out if he still got it. Not on my face.
He still does it. And then there's nowhere to run because you're on a plane. That just makes no sense.
Oh shit, dude. So what did you do the rest of the flight? You just sat there lumped up? What did you do the rest of the flight? Because some was drunk. So when that alcohol wore off and that pain kicked in, like what you do the rest of the flight? You sit there with your head down, like face just throbbing. Face just throbbing. I just slowly close it up on you. Oh shit. Oh, oh wow. Okay. I needed that one. Your recap, sir.
And the Grand Rapids Pigs, yeah. Hopefully you get treated like a citizen, but you're not. So we'll see how much you get. But you should be getting life. Syracuse people, it probably was a better way than putting them in the back of a car. Like the other ways I listed earlier, talking to the parents, seeing what's going on in that home or whatnot, and if it's a good home for them or not. If the parents are actually doing their freaking job. That's for starters. But I'm not completely outraged as I was at first, unfortunately. Yeah, the Buffalo Pigs, yeah. Casper the Ghost popped up on you. I guess you were justified. Good for you. I feel so safe. Oh yeah. You get called a coon by a coon organization. Ain't that funny? That's
really,
you know we're down bad when you got a coon off. And Mike Tyson, like I said, man, like I might not even do that. I just be like, hey Mike, what's up? I'm not asking for nothing. He probably got headphones in chilling. And we on a plane. I don't know what can set the sun off. I'm like, hey Mike, well, you know what? All right, cool. Sitting there chilling. And if I see a man in Tyson, I'm like, yo, Tyson, you gonna let that happen? I might just start instigating shit. I don't know. But Mike still has it. I'm not. There's just certain people in the world. It's a thing called I hate fear, but there's a thing called healthy fear because you're not gonna poke a lion when it's in the cage, and then you notice that the cage is kind of unlocked. I'm just not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna leave the lion alone. This is not a zoo, my guy. The lion can come out the cage. Don't do that.
And this ain't gonna go the way you think, yo.
It's not. It's not worth. Honestly, it's not worth a paycheck. If that's what you're playing, it is not.
No, I'm like you like this ain't gonna be the cool conversation to get you the girls you think it is at the party.
Yeah, Mike Tyson.
Like, yo, guess what? I was on a plane with Mike Tyson, right? Yo, I was popping off the mic. You punched me in the face a few hundred times, but I was good. Yeah, that's not. That's not.
My whole face was cut and bloody, but then I had to sit there and soak in my face. 4 hours. And Mike sat back down, chilling. Right? Put his headphones back in. Listen to MOP or something. That's just like, how does everybody else on the plane feels like, damn, that just happened? They're just gonna sit there and just stare at him like,
oh, come on, Mike. Come on. No, don't come on, Mike now.
Mike, go.
Don't come on, Mike now.
You can't
play
win.
Stupid games. win stupid prizes. That's how that goes. But
Yeah.
all right. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, we will see you all same bat time, same bat channel on behalf of my son and myself in the Yeah I Said It podcast. Peace.
Yeah.